All right. I did a video before this one that talked about traveling on a low budget for undergraduate, and I had to do the postgraduate or master's phase of that video since I was just focusing on undergraduate. And then let's look at it together and see whether or not you will agree with me. And in case you have any reservations or whatever you think, concerning what I will be sharing with you here, kindly leave them in the comment section below. Let's both discuss it. I would be more than willing to reply whenever I see a comment like that. I am definitely going to reply whatever comment is, except if it is not some kind of wrong language or stuff like that. Attack. No, but if it's a normal question you want to find out from me, or your observations, or what you think, or reserve, just please drop them in the comment section. We will analyze it together. Nobody's aligned. I'm open to learn as well. I'm very, very much open to correction. Disclaimer: whatever information I share are based on my own personal opinion, personal experience, deep research I've done, and then it shouldn't be seen as a legally bind advice that you must be like, I must use it because he said so. You are free to also do other findings on your own. And no, after all that being said, you will see these are the reason why I said you might just want to choose to be part of my community, because I have a lot to share with you. And along the line, very soon I'll start introducing some nice, wonderful package in between my videos, and probably reduce this different from the undergraduate part on I did. So traveling on a low budget for a BSc holder or HND, everybody knew that this thing has been kind of common. You see it online most time everywhere on YouTube. Luxembourg, Luxembourg, first choice Luxembourg, but don't forget Luxembourg, the traveling on low budget on Luxembourg, which is about 200 euro. It's cool. It's if not the major public school where almost everybody wants to apply to. It is highly, highly, highly competitive, because I applied to that school for two major apply. One even has BSc, and the other their grade, the other one, the grade, the CGPA was very low. That one they just outright refusal. Then the other one I tried, the CGPA was like wasn't too high in the BSc qualification, but she had a master's. She has a master's degree, and we tried to apply for another master's. So they responded to her. I think what really affected her was the reference form, the people she was supposed to contact that they would message them. I guess they didn't reply now and she missed out. So it's highly competitive. So if you have a good point CGPA, you might try that University of Luxembourg for that 200 euro to 1,500 or 1,700 per semester, in case you are going for masters in accounting. And because it's a master's program direct, so you know what to standard as qualification. Otherwise, you'll be going to the private schools that are also between 9,000 and 11,000 per year. Then the beauty again, we have Belgium. There are some schools in Belgium that are very affordable for postgraduate or master's program. Postgraduate or master program. Why is that this postgraduate master? There's a particular program that is like a foundation masters, like pre-masters program, and I believe HND can apply. So the school fees in Belgium is between 2,000 to 4,000 per year. But remember, to get that visa approval, you will need to focus on two major ways to show proof of fund, which is the block account, where you have to send the money over there, about 12,000 euro, 10, 11 to 12,000 euro as the living expenses, or you would need to have someone you know that is close to you living in Belgium to stand as your sponsor to fill the sponsor form on the behalf. So that's what you should keep in mind. Then the other one, which is also cool there, is Switzerland. Switzerland is also very affordable for master's program, ranging from 900 euro per semester to about 1,500 euro per semester. But here, a lot of people have not really been able to deal with how to show the proof of fund. But there's a particular person that talked more about it. Shout out to that person. I just stumbled on it. They were like two. I stumbled on it and I saw, yeah. The thing about it is that the proof of fund is about 20,000 to 21,000 euro as your living expenses a proof of fund. And you need to have paid your tuition fee if you're showing that proof of fund, except maybe luckily if you gain or get a scholarship that is fully funded. But if not, if you've paid that tuition fee and then you need to show that 20 to 21,000 euro or 20,000 euro as the living expenses. The thing is why people really do not know the major way to show that proof of fund is that the major person that talked about that eventually got that real key word from was one Ghanaian guy that is currently studying a PhD there. Is that you would need the proof of the money to be in the account of a bank that has branch in Switzerland. That is very, very key and understandable. I believe that you will need a bank that has a branch in Switzerland. So if your bank do not have branch in Switzerland, that POF showing might be a bit hard. And two, from what I noticed or kind of find out, the approval rate, the visa approval might take between 3 to 4 months. 5 months. So there's every tendency. This other person also emphasized on that money need to be in your account for at least that money need to be there for almost a period of 6 months. At least that money to be there like 6 months. So that is where you might be having challenge, having to understand the better way to show your proof of fund. And the bank to use. Otherwise, block account will be the better options. Or if you have someone also that is close to you, a close relative that is in Switzerland that can sponsor you. That would be a better one. Then the other part to look at here is France. Yes, there are a lot of schools in France that allow people to apply for master's programs, very affordable master program ranging from let's say 300 euro, 270 to 300 euro per semester, and like that. But the common one that I know for sure would is around 3,000 euro to 3,000 to 4,000 euro for masters. And yeah, those are the common one that I know. And showing proof of fund in France is not like a big deal. And at the same time, it's just you should know the country you're going to is French speaking country, and you should know if there's a need for you to prepare in case you're not getting an English speaking job faster. And you're only allowed to work 20 hours per week as an international student, regardless, because the total 20 hours per week will be like 960 something per year. So it depends on if you're not doing the 20 hours, you can collate it in some other month. I don't think it's not like other country where if you do 20 hours per week during school section, during break, you can do as many hours. No, I think your own is just going to be 20 hours per week, 90 something hours, 90 something hours per year. But there's no going to be problem in area of proof of fund. There's not going to be problem in area of whatever. It's straightforward. It's just a choice now whether you want to go to France to do your master. If you like the beautiful country, then it's a good way. Study on a low budget. France is another good options to look at. Then we look at Lithuania. Lithuania to has programs ranging from 2,000 to 4,000 euro for masters. But like I mentioned in the videos I did for the undergraduates, the challenge is you need to apply for your temporary resident card outrightly. Direct, you don't need to start going through visa stage. You have to go with your temporary resident card. And then for people in Nigeria, probably Ghana, I think the best way to go about that or where to go to will be South Africa. This means like Nigeria now, you will need to apply for a visitor visa to South Africa and you buy your return ticket to go and submit your application for the temporary resident card. And that's it. But the range is 2,000 to 4,000 per year. And the beauty is that you get your resident card direct. So when you get there, you're able to get a job, common job, you start doing it. And because if you're on a resident card for 2 years, if you're on temporary resident for 2 years, you can reunite with your family. Family reunification comes after 2 years of being on the resident card. Okay, then for that, we have Canada. There are some affordable colleges in Canada. There's a particular one that is offering some certificate program that is 7,000 euro. Well, if you consider it, maybe some of you don't want me to mention Canada there. Yes, it's still part of it. But the thing is that those colleges will not give you the opportunity to enjoy that postgraduate work permit because they are not eligible. So there are schools that are about 7,000 Canadian dollar for a particular year program. Colleges. I know of one that is even, yes, 7,000 to 10,000 Canadian dollars per year. Um, but you know the problem with Canada is that you are showing um, proof of financial capacity, not proof of fund. And there are two big difference to financial capacity, not proof of fund. Because your money can be in your account and you can't prove the capacity, the financial capacity, how you got it. So it's still not convincing. That's the type of then Sweden is all not that cheap. I think there's a particular school in Sweden that's about 8,000 euro. The school actually love students to apply direct on their own, don't come through anybody. They don't accept agents. So it's about 8,000 euro per year. But the beauty is that if you're able to get admission, you would be as I was saying, you could be allowed to pay 50%, which is 4,000 euro per semester, as then move to the visa stage to do the documentation and land. That's that about Finland. Sorry, Sweden. Then we look at um, let's look at not too cheap, not too high. We'll probably be looking at that of Finland. Although schools in Finland range from 9,000 to 11,000 if you're like pursuing the master's program. But why I choose to also bring Finland up is that there are some schools that would be able to give you, some would give you 50% scholarship, which means you will now be left with half fee to pay, about 4,005 or 4,000. Some could give you as high as up to 4,000 euro out of your tuition fee. Then you have the rest to pay. So if you look at that, it might really lead to you now being able to afford what is left. In case you don't get the scholarship, you have to prepare your mind to pay the whole tuition fee. Then we look at Malta. Malta has postgraduate programs ranging from 7,000 euro and to master's program up to 9,000 to 11,000 euro. You might decide to explore Malta or leave you. While I choose to put Malta here to, like, if have a HND, I mentioned that in one school, there are schools that probably will allow you top up. Example of it, like Global College will allow top up with your HND, which is you to now do like a 1 year program and be given a BSc certificate. It's the tuition fee. It's about 5,100 euros. So that makes it something you can explore. You can go for, right? It becomes affordable. Then, apart from Malta, we look at Ireland. People do say schools are not really affordable in Republic of Ireland, but I know of a school, the Bosley Business Program, business schools, business related, that have they have programs which it's between they have programs that the cost is from 10,000 to 12,000 euro per year. I have researched, I've researched and I checked out this course and I even tried to apply for someone. I applied to one of the program for someone, but the condition for admission now is connected to the same document you will need during the visa stage, which is the English proficiency exam. So regardless that the person was like, we have English proficiency coming from the school that our program was done or taught in English, they said no. they need a certificate, English proficiency certificate, and they allow Duolingo. So therefore, if they allow Duolingo, it means you can do Duolingo to use it both to get admission to their school and at the same time during the visa stage. And so if that's the case, you're able to pay the tuition fees of 10,000 euro. The program is 1 year. You should be able to then show proof of fund of 10,000. Their proof of fund, the living expenses is 10,000 euro, which you will just have to show a little bit less to what I was showing then. So if you want to consider that, you can look at that school, just do your Duolingo or any English proficiency certificate you have to apply for admissions and both the visa stage. But the really, really, really affordable means to travel abroad for masters, for BSc holders or HND. The really, 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 really affordable one is Canada PR. Actually, yes, you are trying to go to all these countries to study around, so you finish, you try to work how many years, and then to pursue to have the permanent residency. But you can actually become permanent resident directly from your own country to Canada without having to spend a dime. You don't need to spend any money at all to then become PR. So you know what that means, the competitions and at the same time the requirement. All you just have to do is write the IELTS exam, evaluate your credential, either be it HND, and in fact, it's from minimum of OND. If you have OND, you're good to go. Evaluate your credential, minimum of OND, HND, or PSC. Evaluate it through WES. I will do a separate video on PR, but that one you don't need to do. All you just have to do is enter the pool. And there are some provinces where if you know somebody, just even a friend, it does not have to be entirely your relative. The province, if you know someone that is just your close friend, then you'll be able to apply directly to the province. And lucky enough, if you meet the cutoff mark, the point, you'll be invited to submit your document for permanent residency, provisional nominee certificates from there to permanent residence. So please let me know if you want me to do a separate video entirely guiding you on how to go about permanent residency from scratch to finish. And then if you also want one-on-one consultation for me to take your hand, show you, lead, guide you to do that PR from your own country to Canada, please reach out to me. Leave the message in the comment section and also send me an email if it is a consultation you want. And for those of you that want me to just do a video sharing more or explaining in details what and how the Canada permanent residence pathway is like, so you will know in case you don't have money to start going through a school, nobody is trying to employ you, a work direct route, then try it. You don't know. Everybody cannot be the same. Your luck might just shine. Just apply for permanent residence to Canada and you get it. Once you get it, you and the entire family enjoy the benefit like a citizen. The permanent resident, you start enjoying the benefit. No employer would, every employer will want to employ you because you don't have to start giving long details. You get job straight direct. You start getting child benefits from the Provision 500 Canadian city per child. Work to get job become easy. 3 years in the PR, you become a citizen. So let me know if you want me to do a separate video on that. And until then, let me stop here and say thank you and kindly watch out for my next videos where I would share I could give you one or two advice. I will just say my own general opinion and to take from it if you will make use of it. Don't say I officially say, you can just add it up with what you've been researching on to apply for whatever you want to do. That's in my next video. Please watch out and kindly subscribe so you'll not be missed out when I drop this next video. Bye for now and ciao.